Good morning, Professor Jones. My name is Raquel Blanchard, and today I am recording week 6 assignment uh, about conflicts and the negotiations. The scenario that we picked today, or that I picked today, is the business scenario with Conrad and Nancy. And the idea today is that we are going to try to negotiate and to help both parties to understand what happens with the cabinet. My goal is also to find a reasonable amount that Conrad needs to pay to Nancy, and we know that that's the way the scenario will go, or the conversation will go, because Conrad was responsible for the cabinet after all. So we are going to be talking today. Michael is going to be helping me with that, and he's going to be playing the role of Conrad as I try to help and negotiate and intervene on behalf of Nancy in the process. So, with that said, we will start our scenario, our conversation right now. Uh, so, hi Conrad, thank you so much for being here today and trying to see and what happened with the cabinet. Based on my understanding, Nancy was saying that she gave a beautiful cabinet that she found, uh, and this is the vintage. It's dated back in the 18. It's coming from the 1800s, and it has marble countertops. And she was saying that it was beautiful, that it needed some restoration, and she has trusted you for the last year or so with some of the projects that she had, and she was really happy with what you have given her in return with the project. However, I think we have come out with a small issue right now, and that is the cabinet was destroyed by one of your new assistants. And so, what can you say on that? You have anything to say to me, or can you explain what really happened and how we can get to help both parties in this case?
Yes, the cabinet is beyond repair, so uh, she obviously isn't going to be able to sell it in this condition. I can provide her with the evidence that the cabinet has that is destroyed, so she doesn't think that I'm just trying to hold on to it and sell it myself after it's been restored. Um, and Although I don't think that I owe her the 40,000 that she's claiming, because that's an assumed value. I can pay her her investment, whatever she paid for it, or we can maybe try to come up with a value that a a reasonable value for the cabinet in the condition it was when she bought it.
Okay, so we're also that makes sense what you're saying. We just want to just make sure that we also keep the relationship between both of you, and not try not to damage that. But she is asking for 40,000, and we think that that amount is, or you think that that amount is too high. That's what Nancy thought that she was gonna be able to get at the end uh, during her auction for the item. And what's important here is just to make sure that both of you agree and are okay with the amount to be paid. Do you have any amount in mind then that I can explain to Nancy and see if that's something reasonable?
Well, I don't have a particular number, but I think the best way to approach it is we get a third party appraiser to appraise what they believe the value of the cabinet was in its unrestored um, um,
Conditions.
condition. So and it should be an appraiser that we both agree on, and I believe that that is going to be the amount. I won't pay more than that.
Okay. How can we do that if we don't have the cabinet anymore? You're
Oh,
thinking
we
about.
still have the cabinet pieces. An appraiser can look at that and determine, and I'm sure maybe she has some photos from before.
Yeah, Nancy is upset. As you can understand, it's hard to come up with antiques and things that furniture that is value and it's in okay condition from years ago, and so she is trying to see what's the best resolution on
Well,
it.
definitely paying her $40,000 is not the best resolution. She doesn't even know if she would get that price. I mean, that's what she was hoping to get, but that may not be the reality of it. So I'm not going to pay her $40,000. The best way to do this is just we we find a third party appraiser to appraise the value of the item in its condition that it was when she got it and gave it to me. And accidents happen. I'm really sorry. I'd like to keep the relationship good if possible, but she is asking for an unreasonable amount.
Okay. And are you okay with the appraisal that professional
Yeah,
checking for the amount, and regardless of what that is, you will come out and you will pay?
yeah. I mean, I think we should get a appraiser that we both agree on, and maybe even a second one if the first one, says a number that isn't pleasing to either one of us, or maybe is pleasing to one party but not the other. Then maybe we can go for a second opinion. But and if both appraisers come up with completely different numbers, then maybe we just take the middle ground between the two.
Conrad,
I feel like I'm being very accommodating.
I was gonna say, Conrad, thank you so much for being reasonable and wanting to even being willing to go um, with a second opinion and find out exactly what is the amount um, to paid. I think that's okay. We just let's hope that Nancy is okay with the solutions that we're offering to her. I was wondering, besides that, or hearing the second opinion from the experts, would you be willing to arrange something else, like give maybe help her repair a couple extra furnitures for free just because of what had happened? The item is irreplaceable, or maybe made some kind of treaty because of what happens, and we know that it wasn't Nancy's fault, and also she was trying to contact you for a while and you didn't answer. So I understand how and why she was upset when she was leaving the last few messages. So are you willing to maybe, you know, have any other alternative besides the expertise opinion?
Um, I mean, it seems that if we agree upon the price that whatever one or two appraisers come up with, that should be sufficient. But just maybe out of goodwill, I can offer some discounts, a discount on the next service if she even wants to go with me. I don't know if she would even want to after the the incident that happened. So but if she does, yeah, I can discount my price of the workmanship. Maybe I don't know. I'll have to think about that a little more. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to keep her business if she would still want to. So yeah, I mean, maybe the next project, depending on what that is, could be free, but I would have to I'd have to think about it a little bit more.
Okay. So, Conrad, based on what we have talked today, uh, the next step will be finding a two experts that can check on the price and tell you what's a reasonable price in the conditions that she brought the item to you. And then, by the way, this is something that you are obviously doing. You're committing yourself to find the experts as soon as possible. And then you also are going to be paying them for helping you with that decision to check the item. At the end, I can tell Nancy if she's okay with this. And hopefully, uh, she will find reason in what you're saying, and see if we can also save the relationship and not to move forward uh, when it comes to, she was talking about she was very upset and she wants the 40,000, but are supposed to settle for a reasonable price for both of you. So I will talk to Nancy and I will let you know what she decide. But thank you so much for sharing your side of the story. We know Nancy's, and I will be talking to her. I think at some point also it is important that Nancy is in the room with us, just to make sure that everybody is okay and agrees, and that Nancy is present when the experts are evaluating the item. Would you be okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you so much, Conrad. I will keep in touch and see how what's the best solution for all of us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and we'll talk more about what happens and how we fix the problem very soon. Thank you.